The news in English on 98.0 Breatop FM.
DPP calls for guidelines on police bond, revision of 48 hours detention rule, and citizen asks court to declare Ugandan shillings note invalid. Recurrent unclaimed bodies Kabade RDC. A very good morning, our dear listener of 98.0 Breatop FM radio, live broadcasting in the heart of Chegegwa. Our news in English at 8 a.m. in the morning, the 23rd of February. It's a Friday. In details, Amalinaitwe Kasoro. The Director of Public Prosecution, Jane Francis Abodo, has called for comprehensive guidelines on police bond, particularly for serious offenses such as terrorism. Abodo emphasized the risk of suspects absconding if granted bond hastily. She stressed the importance of establishing clear criteria determining offenses eligible for police bond. The constitutional right to a bond at bail in case of courts of law for all suspects remain a highly contested matter. And just a take is the 48 hours detention period for which police are allowed to hold suspects before producing them in court. This is too. Abodo wants to see revised, citing shortage of state attorneys as a significant impediment to timely processing of charges. According to Abodo, police officers wait at the State General's office and can't see these attorneys because they are busy in court, and the 48 hours are gone without security charges. Then you see police is not investigating. She proposed allocating 2 state attorneys to each judicial officer to expedite the legal process. The human rights lawyer George Msisi argued that instead of focusing on extending detention periods, effort should be directed to ensuring thorough investigations within a reasonable time frame. Authorities in Entebbe municipality have arrested a school director and 3 classroom teachers for operating a school illegally. A Vision Booster kindergarten and daycare, a new school in Entebbe Kitoro, started operations on February 5th in a commercial area sharing a block with bars, restaurants, boutiques and other businesses deemed unfit for proper early childhood learning. Miss Katie Tulije, the school proprietor, was arrested on Wednesday and first taken to Chitoro Police Station and later transferred to Entebbe Police Station as school inspectors carried out an operation to assess compliance of schools to stand requirements. Ms. Sarah Nabirie, the municipal inspector of schools in Entebbe municipality, advised the parents of children already admitted at the school to consider taking them to other established schools to continue with their studies, saying the school will not reopen soon until minimum standards of operating a school are fulfilled. The school had 28 pupils aged 3 to 10 years from areas of Chiwafu West, Chiwafu East, Chiwafu Central and Chitoro. Hours after a private citizen went to court contesting the legality of Uganda's currency note, the central bank on Tuesday night said it was waiting to be served with summonses over the most unusual matter that has potentially far-reaching implications. The bank faces accusations of operating illegally in the absence of its head, the governor, and has provided for further the Constitution with the private citizen demanding that all currency notes in the circulation today must be withdrawn because they are in issue unlawfully. In a task email response to our reporter, the Director of Communication of Bank of Uganda, Mr. Kenneth Egesa, said they shall review the content of the plaint and the nature of the claim and take an appropriate action when they get served. It is alleged that the landmark suite that Uganda seeks currency banknotes bearing the signature of Deputy Governor, Bank of Uganda, Dr. Michael Atingi, Ego are not valid as required by law. In January 2022, Professor Emmanuel Mutebile, who was the governor, passed away in a Nairobi hospital, leaving a position vacant to date. Being a constitutional office, President is supposed to appoint his replacement, but he has, for unknown reasons, delayed over the exercise, leaving Bank of Uganda leaderless and in limbo. Three individuals, including Amos Kuku, a lawyer, Ezekiel Kasule, and Frank Barnabas Kajubi, have petitioned the Constitutional Court to declare a lawful provision within the legal framework mandating prisoners to pay cash bail. The petition partly arises from the current reality, where, in line with the Section 78, subsection B of the Magistrate Court Act, cash is imposed on many applicants for bail who are then kept in custody until the amount set is paid or when the cash condition is revised by another court. It is in that respect that the petition assert the requirement for cash bail contradicts the Constitution and the presumption of the innocence in so far as it confines the prison an accused person who fails to pay before the individual has been convicted of the alleged offense. As such, the petitioner wants Section 78, Clause B of the said law struck down. The trial therefore also want the Constitutional Court to order for the release of all prisoners still on remand for having failed to pay cash bail. Also, they seek an order against the respondent to compensate the second petitioner, that is Kasule, for damage and loss caused by the imposition of the arbitrary condition of cash bail under the High Court Criminal Application 0176 of the 2020. You're listening to 98.0 Britop FM radio, and those watching us on YouTube channel is Britop FM 98.0. Thank you for watching and sharing as well. Those listening to the radio from all across the borders of different districts in the Western region, we appreciate for your following and support. Our news from Kabale, the Kabale Resident District Commissioner Geoffrey Nyakahuma has summoned an urgent meeting of leaders in Kigeze sub-region following the recent incident in which 6 bodies remained unclaimed for more than 4 months at Kabale Regional Referral Hospital mortuary. Last week, residents living around the hospital complained over a foul stench that was emanating from the bodies in the mortuary. One of the mortuary attendants at the hospital talked to our reporter on conditions of anonymity that 5 bodies had been in the mortuary since November 2023, and the other was of a 21-year-old Rwandan nation, James Tuizere, who passed away last month while traveling from Kampala to Kisoro district by bus. Our reporter visited the Kabale Municipality Cemetery, where the burial of unclaimed bodies is usually done, including the recent one of burying the 6 bodies. However, residents, mostly the business community, say the problem has been recurring, adding that wherever there are unclaimed bodies in the mortuary, it is always unbearable to live or transact any business near the hospital. Efforts to get a comment from Kabale town clerk, Justice Baliche, were fruitless as she declined to comment, claiming to be in endless meetings. The acting Kabale Deputy Chief Administrative Officer, Gordon Manzi, said the district is financially constrained since it doesn't have special budget to cater for the body of those unclaimed bodies from the mortuary. End of our news this lovely morning. Have a great day.